Greetings and salutations. Sensei Kurt here, talking to you about anthropogenic global warming. Just what is anthropogenic global warming? Anthros is the Greek word man, man-made global warming. Now, we have to bear in mind what are the facts of science. First of all, oxygen is 21%. Nitrogen in our atmosphere is 78%. Of the remaining 1%, most of that happens to be argon, 93% of the 1% left. Now this little sliver here contains the rest of these buggers here. Methane, by the way, 0.0001%. That's measured in parts per billion. Carbon dioxide, the gas necessary for every living thing. The more carbon dioxide, the better life is on this planet. 400 parts per million. Now, let's illustrate it this way. Here's a box of pennies. Carbon dioxide levels are currently at 400 parts per million. That's 400 over 1 million, which is 1 over 2,500. So here I have 2,500 pennies, and that one penny right there, carbon dioxide would be equal to that right there, if this is all of our atmosphere. This is thermodynamic nonsense. To illustrate that more severely is this pile of dollars. This is $2,500 worth of silver dollars, Susan B. Anthony's. Now, if this was all of our atmosphere, this here would be the amount of carbon dioxide in the atmosphere. Let's look at it even more ridiculously. These 4 pennies would be equal to the contribution to the world's carbon dioxide. So this is all the carbon dioxide, and the 4 cents here would be the contribution to that dollar right there. Those 4 pennies are not driving this here. To drive the point home even more ridiculous of what they're saying about methane, if we had 400 of these stacked up on this desk right here, 400, one of those pennies would equal the amount of methane in the atmosphere, measured in parts per million. To believe that bovines, cows, etc., dairy products and beef are causing climate change is utter and complete nonsense. Anthropogenic global warming is a hoax. But who's profiting from it? Our government. Guess who's spending your money, $300 billion last year, on anthropogenic global warming? And are you asking me, am I a climate change denier? I believe in climate change more than anyone you know. I believe in it more than Al Gore and Bill Nye put together. Of course climate changes. We've had 4 major ice ages in recorded history. Yosemite had 9,000 feet of ice just 4,000 years ago. Across the Great Lakes area, Chicagoland, Detroitland, a mile deep of ice. That's an ice age. We've had warming periods. We had medieval warming period, Roman warming period. We had the cooling periods. We had the little ice age, the mini ice age, and then the mini ice age, and then of course the great ice age. Folks, anthropogenic global warming is absolute nonsense. It doesn't belong in the classrooms and should not be taught as fact. Science has to be questioned. I'm questioning it now. Are these 4 cents right here driving climate? I suggest to you not. And every credible scientist that I know a lot of them, would say, yes, you're right. There's the proof right there. Anthropogenic global warming is a hoax, and it is thermodynamic nonsense, because climate is thermodynamics.